I know most people don't consider cowboying a professional job, but just to be a regular ranch hand or a cowboy, you have to have such a wide skill set. I mean, you can be horseback in the morning and under a welding hood in the afternoon, or pulling a transmission out of a pickup. But when you're working the big outfits like I did, because I can do all those other things, I got to do them now. But when I was working for wages, I worked for the ranches that kept full-time riding crew on, and it's the most underpaid profession, just because it's pretty dangerous for the most part, and you got to know what you're doing. And there's not too many places keep full-time riders anymore, unfortunately, and the low pay and the no future has pretty much culled the herd on. It's pretty hard to invest your life there. It's a young man's game, but I was lucky to get in on the end of an era when there was still the best of the best, where most all the whole crew was that good, and they're professionals. I remember Bill Howell telling me one time, he said, as long as there's one cow and one guy behind her pushing her down the road, they're going to call that guy a cowboy. But what's going to be lost is the art of doing it right. And it's true, because you got to have a GPS in your head, because you're talking these 5,000, 10,000 head outfits, 300,000 to 1,000,000 acres of land, and you got to understand where you're going, not get lost. And they give you a horse that most people wouldn't even try to ride, and then expect you to go work on that thing, and you do. And you got to be able to rope and handle. You do all these things they expect you to be able to do. And they always, Hollywood, this rugged individual. Well, that's true, but when you're a crew, you're just a cog in the wheel. When they drop you out on a circle, in Arizona they call it a flank and drive, but your outside men, your drigger boss and your cow boss, take the outside, and then they drop men off, and you flank to the man outside of you like a relay, and you throw everything in, and you can't ride ahead of your other men or you lose half your cattle. So you got to know what you're doing. You got to know how long to wait. You got to anticipate. You got to be able to read cattle and country. And you're talking spread apart by miles, gathering 10,000, 20,000 acres at a time with no communication except knowing what you're doing. So when you get a crew that's clicking and tight, it's something to see, and it doesn't matter what happens. Even if everything goes wrong, everybody reacts to it. It's very regimented. It's like being in the Army or even in an elite group, because when you get to the holdup and some guy ain't there, there's only two reasons. Either he's hurt or he's a gunsel idiot. Either way, you don't never leave him behind. If he's a good hand, something's happened, so you know what general area he'll be in. You go find him. If he's a gunsel idiot, you drop a man out and you go short-handed and take your cut on in. So either way, you never leave a man behind. There's a lot of similarities between a combat outfit and a big cowboy outfit. But this song's called The West is Still Wild. It's the title track on my cowboy album, West is Still Wild. Wind's howling through the cedars, his hat brim curls. A good horse, new country, there's nothing better in this world. The new morning sun's a-shining as the circle comes around. His horse breathing hard, hooves rattling the rocks on the ground. Bonner's in a bronc ride, old Drifter pulled the pin. Fresh horses, cold mornings, why that happens now and then. Looks like he's got him covered, he's gone flanking to his man. Money couldn't buy a feeling like this, we are one with the land. West is still wild, boys, West still is free. Our range keeps a getting smaller, but not our dreams. Now I wonder what the po folks are doing on a morning like this. I got my feet in the stirrups and a big old smile is on my lips. Yeah! Just covered 10 sections and the circle's coming in. It's better than a Broadway dance, this outfit's got good hands. Every man where he's supposed to be and every man is in. Good country, good cowboys, just like the way it was back then. West is still wild, boys, the West still is free. Our range keeps it getting smaller, but not our dreams. And I wonder what the po folks are doing on a morning like this. I got my feet in the stirrups and a big old smile is on my lips. I got my feet in the stirrups and